there are things that are similar about building a company now, and there are things that are different. What are some of the things that are the same as the previous companies that you've built that you're doing now, and what are some of the things that are different?
Well, at FriendFeed, my not so successful social network, we built our own servers.
Can you tell the story? Can you tell the story about the Facebook IPO real quick, just about FriendFeed for everyone, where you got recognized? Can you?
I'll do that then. I'll do that.
Okay. All right. It's a good story.
It's a good story.
We stand between these people and drinks, man. You got to make them laugh. Like, let's go. Hit them with something.
You're pulling out the deep cuts.
Okay.
On this
All right.
I think a lot has changed just in the infrastructure world. I think literally we built our own servers at FriendFeed and brought them into the colo. We brought our site down once by tripping over a power wire in the colo. That was Sajiv's fault. We love him. No, just kidding. It was just a different era. I do think it is as we've virtualized infrastructure and built just the software development lifecycle we have today, from cloud infrastructure like Azure and Amazon Web Services to GitHub and GitHub Actions and all the incredible open source libraries. And then you have sort of the virtual infrastructure to help support your companies like Ramp, and Rippling. You end up where there's a very different level of focus now in starting a company. It used to be you just had to do all these things to build the scaffolding of your company, and it was actually a non-trivial amount of work. And the thing I find just so exciting about the future of entrepreneurship is there's just so little overhead now in terms of just intellectual overhead. I remember actually just how hard it was to get credit cards for our employees. They had to all get a credit check. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's our bank account. What are they? And now you can print a virtual credit card with things like Ramp. It's so easy. So I think we've just seen every aspect of starting a company that was about sort of the operational sort of scaffolding and infrastructure to do so. Many startups that you all have funded are now doing that. Yep. And so as a consequence, you can focus on just purely what defines your company and what makes it different. My color commentary on that is I actually think one of the mistakes a lot of smaller companies make is spending their resources and time on things that aren't core to their business. And it's more than a hidden cost. I think every ounce of time you're spending on something that fundamentally should be a commodity to your business is time you're not spending on selling your product to more customers or working on true differentiation. And it takes a lot of discipline because a lot of those things are catnip. It's fun to work on that part of your business. And I always like to say Clay, who's somewhere around here, we always talk about what will make us happy a year from now, and that's always our metric. And then you could take it to 10 years if you want to be no one knows what the hell is going to happen in 10 years, by the way.
If you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years, nobody knows what's going to happen in 10 years.
I do think it's very clarifying, and I just think it always surprises me how much I tend towards some of those things that are wholly undifferentiated at this point.
Okay. Well, you mentioned some